Morning, everyone. Hope you're having a great day. It's Grow with Joe here to give you more lessons on how to improve your life financially or self-development wise. Talking to you from Cali, Colombia. I'll take off his glasses because the glare from the ring light is causing the glare on the glasses, or there's glare from the ring light that's happening on my glasses. But yeah, what's going on with that? Uh, yeah, just living life, just traveling, trying to see everything. Yesterday, I went to this cat park. I was told there, just interesting little park around here with a bunch of all these cat statues and everything. Also bought a yoga mat yesterday. That was a really good idea because I did yoga for about 40 minutes this morning, and my back feels so much better. So highly recommend that. So my goal, I've been having back spasms the last couple months or tightness in my back. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start doing yoga in the morning and night to my hamstrings are really tight. So just do that. Hopefully that makes me better. Like my back feels a ton better after doing yoga for the last 2 days. So yeah, definitely highly recommended. And yeah, so I don't know if you know this, but I was a personal trainer about 5 years ago and learned a lot about the body. I'm trying to keep everything in balance and everything. You realize that your body is it's all connected. So your foot is for stability, ankles for flexibility, your knees for stability, hips for mobility, lower back is for stability, thoracic spine is for mobility, your torso, like where you move right here in your torso, your shoulder blades are for stability, your shoulders are for mobility, and then your elbows stability, wrists, hands stability, fingers mobility. Yeah, yeah, neck mobility, head stable. So everything is connected, and I realized like, oh, everything is like most people have really tight hamstrings or really weak hips when they have lower back pain, and that's because we sit down a lot, and, and so you gotta really stretch out the hamstrings, strengthen the hips, make sure the hips aren't tight, hip flexors aren't tight, and everything. So yeah, I've had a lot of different careers. I'm 34 years old. I was a Marine, was a grocery bagger, was a valet driver, personal trainer, White House intern, federal employee at the Pentagon, financial advisor. Now I'm running my own financial planning. Now I'm a business owner. So the key thing in life is this new economy. We want to have many different tools in our toolbox because if the only tool that we have in our toolbox is a hammer, then every problem that we see is going to look like a nail. So, like I studied public health and I studied economics, so I see how those two are connected, and I'd be like, oh, okay, these are the behaviors that I need to change within the clients that I'm seeing, or this is how I need to approach it, so then we can get the desired outcome that we want, which is financial security for that area. Like 3 years ago, no, was it 5? Yeah, 5 years ago, I created this company called the Wealth and Health Coach. I don't know, it didn't do very well. Um, but now I'm like, okay, this is what I want to do, grow with Joe and everything. So I've always been an entrepreneur. And as an entrepreneur, you're a problem solver. So everything that happens is your problem. And it's your job to figure out, okay, this is my problem. How can I fix it? And the key thing is you don't ask how I can fix it, you ask who can fix it. And so that's why I read a lot of books so I can learn from other people and see how they fixed it. I'm not going to go into a situation like, oh, let me try to figure this out on my own. No, that's just going to waste myself a lot of time, and time is money. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look up books, I'm going to look up other things and just see, okay, what is required for me to be successful in this area? And then I'll just follow that blueprint, and then I just keep going and going. It's just as easy as that. And then so that's why I love how I learn personal training because my body affects my work. If I have a lot of back pain, I'm not going to want to work. I'm going to want to lay down and rest. That's what happened like 3 weeks ago. I was having back spasms, going to move, and guess what? I did not work at all because I was like, this sucks. I'm just going to lay in bed. So then I was like, okay, what do I got to do to get back in the routine and stuff? So I started doing exercising, and that was helping, but it wasn't helping a lot. But now that I feel like I do my the yoga for the last, it's like I feel it on my hamstrings right now. My hamstrings are very, so that is helping me with doing these videos. I think I was not doing those videos for a while just because I was sick and I was having back spasm. Like I got hit twice, and then so like I'm able to like look at things instead of just like, hey, let me just take these medication. I feel like medication is like pain pills is not the way to go because you're just putting a band-aid. There's some type of root issue that's causing this. Like there's other people who don't have back pain and they're not taking pain medication. Okay, what is causing that people to have that? So I was just looking at research. I'm like, oh, tight hamstrings, weak hips, and that makes sense because anytime we have an overuse injury, it's most likely because we're out of balance. So my back is probably having to do a lot of work to compensate for my weak hips and for my tight hamstrings. And then you just get back problems. Or you got poor form and everything. The idea is that you just want to make sure that you keep everything in balance. And the only way you keep it balanced is if you have many different skills. So when it comes to like me and doing financial planning, I need to know financial planning, I need to know marketing, I need to know operation techniques, I need to know compliance, I need to do all these. I can outsource all that out, but it's just not as simple as, me doing one thing. I need to have many tools in my toolbox to be successful. I also need to know communication techniques. So this is why I read different books. Like help me to communicate is I took improv classes, I read this book called The Feeling Good Handbook. I'm really like just trying to, I write in my journal. That really helps me. I meditate. Like that helps with yoga at the end. You just sit there for corpse pose for 5 minutes. But like having all these tools helps me solve a lot of problems. I like to, like if the only tool like in your toolbox is a chainsaw, you need to get a nail out of this wall right here. With the chainsaw, things are going to get very messy. You'll get it out, but it's going to be very messy. You're going to create a lot of collateral damage. You're like, oh, I got the nail out. No, yeah, you got the nail out, but you also created a lot of damage. So you got to look at different issues to see like what is going on and realize like, hey, do I have all the skills needed in this situation to help me get out of the situation? And just realize it takes time to build up skills. It doesn't come overnight. I've been working on myself for the last 8 years, and I really feel like I had a lot of self-mastery over myself, but it came with time. So some of the skills that I'm working on right now is this is like marketing, digital marketing, just trying to figure out like Facebook ads and working on landing pages and everything, because I feel like if I master that, then everything else is going to be easier. And then I'm reading leadership books right now because my goal with Grow with Joe is like, hey, I want to have more like minority financial advisors because Black and Latinos only make up 4%, so about 2 and 2 each of the financial advisors, but they make up roughly about 33%. About 33% of the population, 34% of the population. And so that number needs to get a lot higher. And I can't, like my goal is like to help out 10,000 families. And as one person, I can only help out so many people. Like the most I could probably handle myself is like 100 people as a financial advisor. But if I have 200, or if I have 100 financial advisors, and they can all have 200 apiece, and that's because I'm doing all the other stuff to help them out. Then they can see 200. Then we can up 20,000 families. If I get up to 100, or if I get to 50, 200, then it's 10,000. So, but to get to that point, I got to know how to manage people. I have to understand. I'm learning some interesting things in my MBA right now to help me out to make sure that I do the right thing. So I'm always going to learn. If I didn't have my GI Bill, I would not be paying for I would not go and do the MBA. I'm learning some interesting things, but it's not worth the $70,000 to do it. I could read other books and use that time. So it takes me probably spend about seven 7 to 8 hours every week working on my MBA homework and going to class and everything. So that's an opportunity cost. I could take that 7 hours and I could read, I could do other things to help me out. But hey, the GI Bill is helping me live here in Medellin, Colombia with the GI Bill. And it's also, yeah, and I don't have to pay for the tuition. So I thank God I did the Marines, and hence why you need tools in your toolbox. Have the Marines, have that skills, and now that tool that I did back in from 2004 to 2011 is really helping me out right now in 2020. So you don't know what your past experiences can give you. So a tool can be a skill, it can be an experience. The idea is that you want to have as many experiences, you want to have as many skills as you can. You don't want to, you can overdo it, but just realize like what is that talent stack that you need to help you live your best life. It gives you options. And so when you have options, you're not going to get stuck. When you're stuck and you don't feel like you can leave and you're like, oh, I'm hitting this brick wall and I can't get over it. Well, having different tools in your toolbox, if your tool, one of the tools is a ladder, yeah, you can climb up over that ladder, over that wall. And so like my goal is like, how can I get as many skills as I can, work on my human capital? How can I build a good network of friends and acquaintances so that we can help each other out when problems arise? How can I make sure my financial situation is good so I'm not overextending myself, I'm not getting that golden handcuff situation? So like everything is connected. Just realize like we don't live in a vacuum. Our actions have consequences, and we just want to make sure that we have the least amount of negative consequences or least amount of negative externalities, which means like, hey, like a car is a good thing, like it helps you move and everything, but it has an negative externality of pollution. So we gotta weigh that out. Like, okay, the benefit of driving and moving around versus putting this pollution. So like these are like, you don't know how much we can add to the environment, but that's just how it is. Since I'm probably gonna live overseas for the rest of my life, or live close to it, probably not gonna be driving a lot. So I don't think I'll be driving a car. I'm fine with. That is something I do not like, is driving. So, which I'm thinking I can pay attention to do my emails. I can listen to podcasts while I sit in the back of a taxi and everything, and just live my best life. So that is it for today's lesson. Just realize that the key thing is we want to have many experiences, many tools, so we don't have that syndrome of the only tool in our toolbox is a hammer. Then every problem that we see is a nail. No, not every problem is a nail. So we need to have a different perspective, read different books, check out different news sites, and just realize what's out there. What are the different perspectives? Just living here in Latin America for the last year. Yesterday was my 12-month, 1-year anniversary of Latin America. It's like, okay, these are how people are living. This is how things are. My Spanish is improving. I'm not there yet. COVID took a hit, but yeah, now I'm having Spanish as a tool that I could use, and that can definitely benefit me in what I want to do with Grow with Joe. So that's why I'm here. So think about what are some new skills that you need to add to make your life easier. So just ponder that, and if you want to, what really has a lot of tips and can give you a lot of skills is my book. So just go to growwithjoe.nisa's book, and you can download my audiobook, or you can get it on Amazon as well. Let me see if I can find that on Amazon. Yeah, if you want to publish your own book, Amazon is a good way. I would not use Amazon's their service to actually format the book. You could go on Fiverr and get it a lot cheaper done, and it will look good, pretty good as well. it will look just the same. So that will save you a lot of money if you just go on Fiverr. And yeah, I don't think I can find it right now. So I'm just looking. I wonder why it's not coming up. I'm gonna add that link. That reminds me, I should add that link to my special link file. Oh, I do have it. Yeah, so hold on. Yeah, so click on that Amazon link. My book's right there. Yeah, if you want to write your own book, pretty easy. You just write 50,000 words and go to Fiverr, format it. You can get an editor on Fiverr as well if you don't want to edit. I edited this book 17 times. And then what else? Yeah, just get a book. Someone designed the book cover for you. I had a friend who did that. So if you don't want to do that, have a guy, his name's Steve Alfaro, does great work. He could design the book for you, and then you just submit it to Amazon and it gets done. So hope you enjoyed today's lesson. And remember, if you go with Joe, you can grow with Joe because Joe knows Joe. All right, take care.